What's happening, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of Status Geographic. Today we're in Cuba, or Cuba as I like to call it. Just a single episode on this small island nation. Sort of small island nation, it's a reasonably big one. And we're in the capital of Cuba, which is Havana, which hasn't always been the capital of Cuba. The capital used to be Santiago de Cuba. UNESCO had declared Havana City, Cienfuegos and Trinidad World Heritage Sites. Not sure what that means. So we're going to jump into some stats, figures, trivia. And one thing I will just mention before we get into that is you'll notice that I'm flying this in X-plane today. I'm going to mix it up, guys. I'm not going to stick with one simulator. Most of the time it will be with Prepared. Occasionally, when I feel like it, I'm just going to jump into X-plane, and today I feel like it. So there you go. Let's jump into it. We're going to do some interesting facts, ones that a lot of people don't know, but first we'll get into the basics. So the island of Cuba is actually the largest island of the Caribbean, and is located in the northern Caribbean, where the Caribbean Sea, the Gulf of Mexico and the Atlantic Ocean meet. It is south of both the US state of Florida and the Bahamas, west of Haiti and north of Jamaica. Compliments to Wikipedia for that information. The official language is Spanish. Obviously people that are from there, inhabitants, are Cuban. The island itself is 109,800 square kilometres in size. It has a population of around 11 million. That was according to the 2015 census there. We're going to jump into a very difficult cinematic now. I've never done one with X-Plane before, and we'll jump back in afterwards and do some more stats. And I'm back. So back to it. We'll talk about the city that we're flying out of today, and that's Havana. It's the largest city, province, major port, and leading commercial center of Cuba. The city itself has a population of about 2.1 million people, and is the fourth largest metropolitan area in the Caribbean region. In 2015, Havana was officially recognized as one of the new 7 wonder cities, together with Vigan, which I believe is in the Philippines, Doha, La Paz, Durban, Beirut, and Kuala Lumpur. Interesting. The city attracts over 1 million tourists annually, which is good. Probably for the cigars, I'd imagine. Now, some weird facts. There is a strict internet policy in Cuba, with very few people given permission to use the internet. Offenders are subject to 5-year term to a 5-year term in jail. So right now I'd be breaking the law, or you would be breaking the law if you were watching this video in Cuba. Maybe. Interesting. The official flower of Cuba is the butterfly jasmine, while the national bird is the toca roro or Cuban trogon. The official tree of the Republic of Cuba is the royal palm. Royal palm, okay. Amazing. Cuba is home to the bee hummingbird, which is the world's smallest bird. An adult will only grow approximately 2 inches in length. Bacardi rum was originally manufactured in Cuba, however the brand to Puerto Rico after Fidel Castro's takeover. Sorry about that, bit of a glitch. Cuba is full of US cars from the 1950s. This is because they're the only cars Cuban citizens can legally own. Only pre-1959 cars that were seized from their original owners can be privately owned and worked on. All newer cars are owned by the government, and that is why Cuba has been called Rolling Museum. As we would have seen in a lot of movies, TV shows, they do like their older cars, their convertibles. The traditional Cuban cuisine is often called, why do I choose these countries? They're so hard to pronounce some of these words. Criollo? I hope I got that right. The most famous sport, or most popular sport in Cuba is baseball, where you actually find locals debating baseball games and baseball teams, and they can look quite like ugly arguments in the streets. So they do love their baseball. Some strange facts now as we approach into the runway. This is a good one. For all you weather buffs out there, it has snowed once in Cuba on March 12th, 1857. I'm not sure if any of us were around then. It is mandatory for government vehicles to pick up hitchhikers. And I like the sound of that. You would have to pay for petrol, gas. A drink of rum and coke and lime is called a Cuba Libre in Latin America, except in Cuba. There it's called a mentirita or little lie. That's not very patriotic of them. In Cuba, ballerinas are at the height of stardom and popularity. In fact, they're often known to earn more money than doctors. Getting back to what we were saying before about the internet, so it's only 5% of Cubans actually have access to the uncensored and open internet. It's funny how countries do that. Missing out on so much. Like a lot of countries, it's illegal to take a photograph of any military, police or airport personnel in Cuba. I won't go too much into Fidel Castro, but he grew a beard because the US embargo cut off his supply of razors. There you go. Cross-dressing is illegal in Cuba. They have a lot of parades there, I'm surprised by that. Another rare species, going back to the hummingbird, but also found in Cuba, the manjurari is a fish not found anywhere else in the world. It's an unusual looking fish. The United States paid Cuba $4,000 a month in rent for the controversial Guantanamo Bay naval base. Cuba has never cashed the checks. On New Year's Eve, Cubans burn dolls in order to symbolise forgetting bad times and looking forward to new and good times during the new year. Another one about Castro. The CIA wow, CIA operation to invade Cuba and take down Castro was dubbed Operation Castration. There were at least 8 plots the CIA worked up to kill or discredit Castro. One of them even involved an exploding seashell. How inventive. The aerial view of Cuba resembles an alligator, and it's sometimes referred to as El Cocodrilo. I don't know where people come up with this stuff sometimes. These are some good facts, actually. Cuba is one of 2 countries where the sale of Coca-Cola is prohibited. Oh, I do like my Coke, that would be a difficult one. JFK, or John F. Kennedy bought 1,200 Cuban cigars hours before he ordered the US trade embargo. Smart thinking. Anyway, we're landing now. So I hope you enjoyed the episode on Cuba. I could do many more episodes on this wonderful country. I do want to travel there one day. But I hope you enjoyed. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Comment, I like the feedback. So we'll see you next time. And also, if you're new, subscribe. Stick around. Plenty more to come. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.